share today something really amazing for me to discover, which was acorn fermented in salt, only salt, without water. Yeah. I explained another recipe a few days ago. It's called fermenting bitter acorn and other bitter fruits, something like that. You can search for it in my YouTube channel. And that recipe is for green olives also, I want to say. And this recipe I'm going to share today is for black olives also, only black olives, yeah, well ripe. So this recipe and also the other one you can do with any kind of acorn. It doesn't matter. I mean, this is very bitter acorn. This comes from deciduous oak. The ones that are more spread in the wall, and it's quite bitter. I have my helpers there just telling me what to say. They feel shy, they don't want to appear yet. But okay, so you can do it with any kind of acorn, okay? Any kind, no matter how bitter it is. If it's more bitter, it will take a little bit longer, just a few days more. But you can taste them and you'll see. We'll use a lot of salt for this recipe, but you can reuse, you can use again and again the salt for making the same thing, or for cooking, or for whatever you want. So, what's the procedure? We go to the trees. This comes from trees, and we pick the acorn like this, and I put them in a bucket of water, so the bad ones float, and I get rid of them, the ones that float, and the ones at the bottom, you pick them up and you peel them. You can peel them like this. I really like to come, this is the place where they have this little hat on, yeah. So from there, you can cut them a little bit, and all the skin comes out. Don't worry about the other soft skin, it doesn't matter. It will ferment. And because there is a lot of tannins there in this soft skin, but the tannins disappear with the fermentation. Yeah. So I have them all here. You can see them all here peeled already, and I just put one layer of salt, one layer of acorn. Yeah. This salt is very good salt. It's pure salt, as it should be everywhere, but it's not like this. The one that we can find in most of the shops. A good salt has to be wet, because that means it contains magnesium. Magnesium is very important for the balance of the salt. Otherwise, it's unbalanced, and that's why many people has problems with salt, because the salt is not salt. It was salt, but too much processing, they take away a lot of the minerals, the good ones. I mean, all are good, and they have to be all there, because then the salt will be balanced. And it's wet also because I used it for olives last year. This same salt, you can see here the olive leaf, yeah. And when you do it with olives, the salt becomes even more wet, yeah. But when you do it with acorn, this is being used for acorn last year, and it's really dry. I don't know, it's something curious, I think. For olives, it becomes more wet, and for acorn, it becomes less wet. So I put layer and layer. It doesn't matter if they are not totally covered, like they must be touching the salt all around. Yeah. Then I put a lot of another layer of salt. Yeah. Of acorn, sorry. And I cover them completely. The last layer has to be salt, and the first one at the bottom has to be salt. So we have it here almost finished. It's all there. They're totally covered. You can see some little bits of the out skin, but that's not. They're totally covered on salt all around. I have to say that I put here only the good parts of the acorn. Some acorns had a little bit rotten or something. I just take it out with a knife, put it here, and I can put the part that is good, I can put it here. So we put some weight. We need pressure here. We need pressure. So we do it with weight. If you do it in a bowl like this, I like to use stainless steel or ceramic. Yeah, but you can use plastic also if you don't have any other thing. And then we need pressure. Pressure. How we do pressure? With a plate that fits. It doesn't matter if it's maybe you have a few millimeters around without covering with the plate, but it has to go all the way to the salt and acorn. So it press the acorn and the salt when we put some weight. How we put some weight? We can use a bottle of water or whatever. I like using natural materials. They're very cheap and you just wash them well the first time to get rid of the sand, and then you just put them here. You put them here. You can put a piece of fabric around for mosquitoes and flies and things, and then this will take about 1 month, 1 month and a half, maybe 2 months if they're very, very bitter. These ones with deciduous oak, the ones of deciduous oak, some of them I made them in 1 month, some of them in 1.5 months. I think it also depends on the pressure and the temperature maybe. And the result is this. This is a wonderful snack. It tastes like, I don't know, like between peanuts, chestnut, but it's quite salty, yeah, but you can, if you take them apart from the salt after they are not bitter anymore, they will be less salty. If you leave them in the salt for longer, they will be more salty because the salt comes in. Yeah, but this is not bitter anymore. It was very bitter. This is from last year. It was very bitter and it's not bitter anymore. And this is a wonderful snack that we could maybe think of people selling them in the shops or in the streets, who knows, or for us to make them for ourselves, for our children. Yeah, and they're soft, they're really nice, really nice. And with this you can after do, because this is very stable in time. This lasts for ages. These acorns, they last for ages. They preserved already. You can put them in jars and keep them somewhere out of the fridge for many months. I had some for more than a year now, and they still like the first time. So yeah, after with this is like a sourdough, and we can make amazing things afterwards. But this is for a next video, for another video, because I don't want to give you too much information in one time, because people get confused. I will be talking about this in 2 coming courses here in Spain, one is in Madrid in Spanish the next weekend, this coming weekend, and the other one is in English in Mallorca, Baleares Island. It will be held in English, and we'll be talking about the agroforestry in both of the courses, but we'll do some fermentation of acorn, prickly pear, and some other things that you can't even imagine that you could eat. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and bon appetit. Ciao ciao.